Hello everyone and welcome back to the breakdown. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a server in Minecraft 1.14.4. We're going to be going over every single step of starting a 1.14 server, from downloading the server files to getting the port forward done to even allowing your friends to join. It is all going to be covered in this video in depth, going over every single step. But first, I do want to mention that this is not a 24-hour server. This server is only going to be online when you're actively running it, when it's on your computer and running. It is not up all the time. Additionally, it uses your own computer's resources. So if you have a computer that can barely run Minecraft, or can run Minecraft, but it's using about 75% of like your RAM or CPU or anything like that, then you're not going to be able to run a server on your computer while also playing Minecraft. On top of all of that, this server does require port forwarding, meaning you need to log into your router and port forward and do all that stuff to allow your friends to join. Last but not least, this is hosted on your own local IP address, so that means that it's just meant for you, your friends, your family, and people you trust. If you make this a public server, for example, anybody and everybody who gets the IP can DDoS you. They can take your internet offline via that DDoS attack. They can figure out where you live via your IP address. And then last but not least, they can just kind of make your life annoying with the DDoS attacks. So that's something that's very, very important that you know up front. Now, what if you don't have a computer that's good enough to run a server? What if you don't want to port forward? What if you just want to make a public server? What do? Well, you check out someone like Apex Minecraft Hosting. Go to the first link down below, thebreakdown.xyz/Apex. Get an incredible server that not only doesn't run on your hardware, it runs on Apex's hardware. Meaning if you can play Minecraft on any other server, you can play Minecraft on your Apex server. On top of that, it's 100% DDoS protected, meaning that it doesn't run on your own computer, it doesn't run on your own IP address, and you can make the server public. We actually host our own public Minecraft server, play.breakdowncraft.com, on Apex Minecraft Hosting. So we love Apex so much, we actually use them ourselves to host our own public server that you can come play on and test Apex before you buy it. On top of all of that, Apex doesn't require port forwarding. It doesn't require any of that stuff. All you have to do is get the IP from Apex, plug it into Minecraft, and click play. Last but not least, Apex makes mods and plugins very easy to install on your server. So go check out Apex at the first link down below, thebreakdown.xyz/Apex. If you want a public server, if you have a computer that's not good enough, if you don't want to port forward, if you want to run mods and plugins on your server, Apex is the way to go. Again, the first link down below, thebreakdown.xyz/Apex. Set up a server in less than 5 minutes over there. Nevertheless, what if you do want a server that is for you and your friends, hosted on your own computer? Well, let's go ahead and do it. And a lot of people is this server free? Yes, this server is 100% free. Apex servers are paid because, well, you're buying hardware is what you're doing over there, and you're running hardware in their data center and all that stuff. However, this is 100% free because you're running it on your own hardware in basically your own house, which in theory would be kind of like your own data center. So let's go ahead and get started. First things first, we need to go to the second link down below, and that's going to take you here. This is our tutorial on making a Minecraft server. If I ever go too fast in this video, if I ever do anything like that, you can come through here and go through this tutorial because it goes through it all in depth. Every single step is gone through in this tutorial here. So go through all of that, and yeah. But if you don't want to do that and you want to follow the video, once you're here, just click on this download Minecraft button. When you click on that, it's actually going to take you to the Minecraft server download page here. What we want to do is click on the download Minecraft_server.1.14.jar right there. Go ahead and click on that, and it will download in the bottom left. It might take a few seconds, but you will need to keep the file in the bottom left. This is from Minecraft.net, the official developers of Minecraft. So you've got nothing to worry about. It should be a server.jar file, and if it is, go ahead and click keep. If you're on Mozilla Firefox, it's asks you to save the file in the center of your screen. Go ahead and click save. Again, downloading from the official Minecraft website. So now we can go ahead and minimize our browser, and on our desktop we do have the server.jar here. If you don't have this on your desktop, no worries. Go ahead and click the little Windows icon on the top left for me, but it's in the bottom left of your screen. That little Windows icon on the bottom left. Click on that and then type in downloads, right like so. Then you'll have a downloads folder here. Click on that, and in that downloads folder, you'll find the server.jar. Drag it to your desktop just for ease of use. Once the server.jar is on your desktop, you can create a new folder. So right click, create a new folder. You can title this folder whatever you want. I'm going to title it play.breakdowncraft.com. That is actually the IP address of our own Minecraft server. It has grief-protected survival, both a player-based survival economy and a /shop-based survival economy, on top of incredible custom Skyblock with over 100 players online every single day on Skyblock, 300 players on the network. Come play with us. Play.breakdowncraft.com is the IP. But now just take your server.jar file and drag it into that folder you created. Double-click on that folder. And then in here, we want to right-click, create a new text document, right? So right-click, new text document, and then you can name this whatever you want. Just leave it new text document, and then double-click on the new text document you created. It'll then open up Notepad, right like so, and then we want to go to the description of this video, and you'll find this. Not a Notepad document, but these codes. And what these codes here are is basically things that are going to run your Minecraft server. And specifically, they're how much RAM your server will have. 2 gigs, 3 gigs, 4 gigs of RAM. I would recommend on 114 to run with at least 2 gigabytes of RAM, which is why it's the lowest tier. In previous versions, you could run a Minecraft server on half a gig of RAM, but not with 114, not anymore. So we're gonna go ahead and run this on 4 gigs of RAM just to be safe. So what you wanna do is go to the description and copy from where it says Java to where it says pause under however much RAM you wanna dedicate to your server. In my case, 4 gigabytes, so we're gonna highlight that, right click, copy, then come back over to our new text document. We're gonna right click there and paste, and then it should start with Java and then it should end with pause. Should also have server.jar in there, and yeah, if you've copied that from the description, it's 100% correct. Now we want to go ahead and do File, Save As, and then we want to save this as a run.bat file. So your file name needs to be run.bat, and then the save type as needs to be all files. Both of those are very important. File name is run.bat, and save type as is all files. Then go ahead and click Save. Now we can go ahead and close out of everything we have here. And now we come back to this, right? This is our server folder. We want to right click on the new text document and delete it. Now we should have just a run.bat file and a server.jar file in our folder here. Double click on the run.bat file and it will open up over here. Now on first run, it's going to fail. It's going to say it won't work, press any key to continue. Now, if you have the EULA.txt, awesome. If you don't, what do you do? Well, go ahead and press any key to continue to close out of the CMD there. And if it just closed itself, or if you don't have the EULA.txt, what you need to do is go to the description of this video and come to the download Java link. This is our tutorial on how to download and install Java for Minecraft. As you can see, Minecraft server, Minecraft mods, all of that requires downloading Java. So come here, download Java, go through this tutorial. It's very, very easy. And then you should be able to double click on the run.bat and it will work. If it doesn't, no worries, download the jar fix. This is also linked in the description down below. And what this is going to do is repair all of the jar files on your computer and make them work with Java again. So come here, download this, very easy tutorial, again, only 3 steps, and then you'll be done and good to go. You'll be able to finally double click on that run.bat file and generate your EULA. Now go ahead and open up your EULA.txt and then change EULA equals false to EULA equals true. TRUE, exactly like that right there. EULA equals true. Now you do want to go to this link and make sure this server isn't going to break the EULA. This one isn't, so we're good to go. Now EULA equals true, file, save. Make sure you save this and make sure it says EULA equals true, and then you can go ahead, close out of it, and double click on your run.bat file. At this point, if it doesn't work, it's because your EULA isn't agreed to. Make sure it says EULA equals true in the EULA.txt file. Now, as you can see, the server is starting. It is going, it is starting all up, and it is loading things over here, such as our world, such as all of that stuff. It is up and it is running, preparing the spawn area, generating your world. All of that stuff is being done by the server right now. Once this is done, it will say done. As you can see right there, it says done. You can type help for help, or you can go ahead and stop the server, because right now you could join your server locally, but your friends can't join your server, your family can't join your server, people not inside of your house can't join your server. So how do we go ahead and allow them to join our server? Well, we need to port forward. So let's go ahead and do that. Now I know port forwarding can be scary, but we've helped millions of people do it, and we're going to go through every single step. We have help articles and all sorts of stuff that will help you get port forwarded for your Minecraft server. So let's go ahead and stop this server by just typing stop over here in the command prompt window. When we hit enter, we'll see it go through, save chunks, stopping server, all of that stuff, and then it'll say press any key to continue. Once it does that, go ahead and do that, and it'll close the console. Our server is now stopped. It's important that you stop your server that way every time you, well, start and stop your server. So once you've done that, we can now go ahead and port forward. The first thing we need to do is click on the Windows icon again, top left for me, bottom left of your screen. Click on that Windows icon, and then type in CMD, right like so. Then you'll have command prompt here. Go ahead and click on that and open up your command prompt. In command prompt, go ahead and type ipconfig, ipconfig, exactly like that, and hit enter. It will then go ahead and open up all of this information, and I know that looks overwhelming, but we're going to tell you what you need. You only need 2 things from all of this info. The first is your IPv4 address, and right here it is. Now, my IPv4 address is probably different from your IPv4 address, and that is perfectly fine. So what I want to go ahead and do here is create a new text document, or just open up Notepad, really. And in this Notepad document, I'm going to type out my IPv4 address, and then we're also going to need our default gateway. So for our IPv4 address, it's going to be that number right here, right? So in my case, 192.168.1.184. Yours may be completely different, and if it is, that is perfectly fine. No worries whatsoever. Just make sure you copy over whatever your IPv4 address is from command prompt over into a notepad document or somewhere where you can keep it. You could write it down on a sticky note if you wanted. But nevertheless, we also need our default gateway. Now, our default gateway has two numbers. We're looking for the shorter one, the one that is just numbers. As you can see, the top one here has FE80 and then 9610 and then 3EFF. If it has numbers in it, that's not the one we're looking for. We are looking for the one that's just numbers. In my case, 192.168.1.1. That might be what yours is. That might not be what yours is. Either way, whatever your default gateway is, copy it over to here, and again, it's just the one with numbers. Once you've done that, you can close out a command prompt because these are the only two numbers we need to port forward. So let's go ahead and get it done. Now, what we need to do is take our default gateway. I'm going to go ahead and copy that, and then open up our browser. In our browser here, we want to go to a new tab, and then in this new tab, we want to type the default gateway up in the top URL bar where you would normally type in like breakdowncraft.com or something like that. Wherever that is, type that into that bar and hit enter. Now at this point, it's going to open up a page that most likely looks completely different from what you see on your screen right now. There'll be one thing that is the same though. It'll have some sort of a login box. Here you're going to want to put in your router's information and like login and password to log into your router. Now, I know what mine is. I can go ahead and click sign in and it will go ahead and sign on in. Now, if you don't know your router's username and password, no worries. We have a description, an article in the description down below that will take you here and show you exactly how to find your router's password. It gives you 5 different methods to do so. However, most people by method 3 have found their router's username and password and they've logged right on in with no problems. So come through here, go through all these steps, and then once you've logged into your router, you'll see another page that most likely looks completely different from what you see on your screen right now, but that is perfectly okay. I'm going to give you some of the top names and things to look for inside of your own router in order to help you find out how to port forward. On top of that, we do have a help article in the description down below on how to port forward your router, and specifically this video right here goes to the top routers on the market today, from AT&T to Verizon to Netgear to Linksys. All of it is covered in that video. It goes through all of the top routers. They're all timestamped so you can find them. And even if your router isn't in that list, most likely it's made by one of the companies in that list and just resold by another company. So what's important is to go through and watch that video, as you'll pick up a lot of the things that you'll need to look for in your router. But I'm also going to help you as much as I can in this video. So go through, watch this video, and then you'll definitely be able to port forward. Nevertheless, we come back over to my router. For me, it is in security. For you, it may be in advanced. It may be in advanced. It may be in apps and gaming. It may be in port forwarding. It may be in port forwarding / port triggering. It may be called NAT forwarding, NAT forwarding. It may be called NAT forwarding / triggering. It could be many different things, but overall, those are some terms it could be. For me, it's in security. Then again, apps and gaming, right? That was something we said it could be in. Well, for me, it is. It's in apps and gaming here. And then once we're in apps and gaming, I have to go to single port forwarding, right? So it could be in a bunch of different places, but overall, you're looking for port forwarding. As you can see, this is the only thing here that truly says port forwarding. This says something else, but it's port forwarding. That's the only place that those words are together, and that's what you're looking for. It could also be called NAT forwarding, NAT forwarding. If you see that, you're in the right place as well. Now, when you're here, you might just have a list of dialog boxes, and if that's the case, go ahead and fill out one of those dialog boxes. For me, I had to click Add New Single Port Forward. For your application name or your ID or your port forward ID, this is just going to be something you can identify what the port forward is for. In my case, that's going to be Minecraft. You can name whatever. I would just name it Minecraft. Now, for anything to do with port, external port, internal port, port 1, port 2, outside port, inside port, it doesn't matter. If it has the word port on it, type in 25565. That is your answer. Anything to do with port. So external port, oh, it's got the word port, 25565. For us, internal port, guess what? It's got the word port, 25565. Now for your protocol, it's going to be both, or TCP/UDP, or UDP/TCP. It could be either one, but what you're wanting to do is make sure both are selected. For your device IP, you remember I said we needed our IPv4 address right back here. So our IPv4 address is what our device IP is. In my case, 192.168.1.184. Now, you may not have a device IP. Instead, you may have a drop-down box with a list of devices on your network. If that's the case, select the one that is your computer that you're starting the server on, right? Whatever computer you're starting the server on, that's the device you want to select from that list if you have that. Now, at this point, most people can go ahead and click Save. However, some people will have an external IP. If you have an external IP, What do you put there? Well, I can go ahead and click save here. I'm going to do that. If you can, go ahead and click save, click apply, whatever you need to do to get your port forward saved. However, if you need an external IP, that's fine, because guess what? Everyone needs their external IP address, and you can find that from the link in the description down below. That's what's my IP, and that's going to take you here. Now, on this screen, you're seeing a lot of black boxes, and that's because, as I said, you do not want to give your IP address out publicly if you're starting this server. If you go with Apex, you start an Apex server, no worries. Give your IP address out publicly. It's not a problem on Apex because Apex is meant to be given out publicly, but your IP address that you're getting from this website, what'smyip.com, do not give that out publicly. Very, very important. So what we want to do is copy the IP address that's here. Now, you can see these last 3 digits, and that's just so when we go into Minecraft, you'll see that it's the same ones that I'm using over there. Now, you can also see the information people can get from your IP address. Not only can they get like your region and your city, but they can get your zip code and latitude and longitude coordinates from your IP address. That's why it is so important that you do not give this out publicly. So we're gonna go ahead and copy the IP address here. Now, if you need to add it like into your router's port forward, come back over to here, paste it in, save, apply, okay, all of that stuff. Now at this point, there's one more thing we need to do before we can open up Minecraft, and that is come back to our Minecraft server here and open up the server.properties file. See this? Just double click on it, and it may say what you want to open this with, and if it does, just go ahead and select Notepad. Once you're here, you want to come in and find your server IP, which is right here. Next to your server IP, you want to put your IPv4 address. In my case, 192.168.1.184. Whatever your IP address is, your IPv4 address is, put it right here. Go ahead and click File, Save, and you're good to go. Now, double click on the run.bat file to start your server, and go ahead and open up Minecraft 1.14.4. Everyone, the hard part is over, right? It is all home sailing from here. Let's just click latest release 1.14.4, and you can go ahead and start your server on up. Now, I know this process is a little bit difficult. That's why I say Apex is the best option, because you can set a server up there with zero technical knowledge. You don't have to port forward, you don't have to do anything. You're good to go over at Apex with just, a few simple clicks in less than 5 minutes. Additionally, if you want a simple survival server that is player-based and all of that stuff, play.breakdowncraft.com, our own Minecraft server, is a great alternative if you don't want to start your own server. You just want a great survival community. We've got over 100 players on both of our survival servers nearly every day. Great, awesome stuff over there. We've got a shop-based economy, and then we've got a more vanilla-based economy experience with medieval survival. So, nevertheless, that is an option. But let's go ahead and join your server. To do that, go ahead and click on multiplayer here, right? Then once you're here, you can click direct connect. Then once you click direct connect, paste in your IP address, your public IP address that we got from what'smyip.com. Now, as I promised, you can see the last 3 digits of my IP address, 186, but you can't see any of the other information because the rest of that information is what you can, get people. So latitude and longitude coordinates and all that stuff that I showed you from. So that's why you can see the last 3 digits there. Now let's go ahead and click join server, and it will join us on in to our Minecraft server. Now it may take a little while, there we go, and it may take a little while to start and join in your server for your first time. That's just because it's generating your player files and all that stuff. But as you can see, we are in the server, and if we come over here, we can see Nick's Games has joined. That's my username. Now everything's working, everything is perfect. We can go ahead and type in op and then my username, so op, my username in the console, and hit enter. Now you want to obviously op space your username to make you an operator on the server. What that is going to allow you to do is now we can do like /game mode, creative, for example, fly around, all of that stuff. Additionally, just to prove this is 1.14, we can go ahead and type in like a pillager, for example, pillager, and there is that. We can also get a crossbow. Crossbows are my favorite thing about 1.14. To be honest, like I absolutely love these things. Whereas I saw some like pigs or something that I can murder with a crossbow. Boom! That was a fail. But nevertheless, this is in fact working in 1.14. Now, what if you are having issues with your server? What do you do? What is the thing that you should do if you're having issues? Well, first and foremost, make sure a firewall, either on your computer or on your router, isn't blocking your server. Now, on your router, go and make sure the port is like enabled, right? On Windows, you want to go into Windows Defender, you can turn it off. And if that's the case, you can turn off Windows Defender and see if people can join your server. If they can, you can then go make an exception for Java and your port and your Minecraft server in Windows Defender to allow people to join your server on public networks, basically. So that's what you want to do with that. It could be your router, could be on your computer with a firewall, but that is most likely what the issue is. Even issues like a, annotation, I think is one of them that will pull on people when a firewall is an issue. It Can also prevent your friends from joining. Now, let's say you can join your server, but your friends can't. Definitely, it is a firewall issue, especially if you can join off of your IPv4 address. So let's say that you are, able to, like, your friends aren't able to join your server. You can't join your server off of your public IP address. What do? Well, we can do some testing. So if we go ahead and disconnect here, we can then go back to direct connect, which is going to have my public IP address, last 3 digits there. I'm going to delete that. Now, what we want to do is type in our IPv4 address. So in my case, 192.168.1.184, and then hit enter, and it will log on into the server. You see, that's only you can do that, right? But if that happens and you can't join your server like publicly via your public IP address and your friends can't either, what you need to do is check your firewall. That's where that issue is going to be. And usually that is actually an issue with a firewall in Windows Defender. If you can join off of your public IP address but your friends can't, then you have an issue with your, router's firewall. But nevertheless, there you all have it. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. I try my best to answer questions. It's a lot, but we try our best to answer as many questions as we can in the comments. And again, if you just want an awesome server set up very quick and very easily, Apex Minecraft Hosting is the way to go. You can check out Apex at the first link down below, thebreakdown.xyz/Apex. Nevertheless, come play with us on play.breakdowncraft.com if you're looking for an incredible survival or skyblock server. Everybody always wants to see the worlds. There it is. My name is Nick. This has been The Breakdown. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more awesome content, and I'm out. Peace.